awards, scientific awards, who have done research on this. An example, maybe we would say in 1972 there is Gian Paolo, who demonstrated that deficiency of coenzyme Q10 in the body leads to heart diseases. Together with his friend Carl Focus, they are awarded a prestigious award for discovering that that coenzyme Q10 is needed in the body. Okay. We also have another scientist who came up with the structure of that compound. The chemical structure was produced by Dr. D.N. Wolf, and also together with Carl Fox. They did some experiments in the laboratory in 1958, and they discovered true that if you don't want to be predisposed to those diseases, those degenerative diseases, you need this coenzyme 10. Those are scientists. We have said that somebody came up even with the structure. I think you can see the structure of that coenzyme 10. Very, very important, so that you guard against what? The free radicals, the antioxidant. They are going to guard against oxidation. Oxidation leads to free radicals, hydroxyls, etc. These free radicals are the ones that are going to accelerate cancer. They are going to accelerate issues like autoimmune disorder. They are going to accelerate things like cataract. We don't want to go there. Cardiovascular diseases, the Parkinson's disease, we don't want to go there. So we guard ourselves antioxidants such that the free radicals are not given space in our body. So we pay special thanks to these scientists who discovered this coenzyme Q10, and they were awarded accordingly with scientific recognition for the work that they performed. Now, this coenzyme Q10 plays a very big role in the production of energy in our body, and at the cellular level, that is at the cell level, energy is produced in an organ called mitochondria, and I wouldn't want to go to that. Energy chemically is produced in form of what we call ATP. So it is very, very essential that we have Q10, coenzyme Q10, so that we are able to do respiration. The ATP, adenosine triphosphate, that is the units of energy at the mitochondrial level. The energy now is like the current or the spark that we will be able to help our body perform the various tasks. If it is physical, mental, breathing, and all that, we need energy, and that comes from the mitochondria, and the mitochondria will generate the energy. We need the coenzyme Q10. Very, very important. So coenzyme Q10 is a great partner of the mitochondrion. It exists in the mitochondrion, where it helps in, you can say, carrying of electrons involved in energy metabolism. Okay, I wouldn't want to go to much detail of all that. So we are saying that coenzyme Q10 is the spark in our cell. The comparison is like the spark in the vehicle, the spark plug that gives the burning in the vehicle and all that. So coenzyme Q10 is the one that gives us that energy, together with oxygen and organic food and respiration and all that. Now, I would want to talk about various issues about this now Q10, the consequences of decreased coenzyme Q10 in our bodies. What can come about? What will result when we have low dietary, or when we have less production of the enzyme Q10? What will happen in our bodies? Okay. What will follow is, and remember, not attacked by pathogens, but degenerative diseases. You can have things like diabetes coming in because you don't have the coenzyme Q10, both type 1 and type 2. You can have very, very important, what we can call congestive heart failure, the complications in our heart, all the way from hypertension, cardiac arrest, and all that. We can predispose to issues of cancer, proliferation of the cells, and the cells sticking together and migrating from one region to the other. We may have immune disorder. What is immune disorder? Immune disorder are things like you're not even able to produce the blood cells in the bone marrow. You can have chronic fatigue. You are getting tired when you have done just a simple task. The Parkinson disease, this is the disease that comes about when somebody has shaking hands without any influence from anything. You have the shaking hands. We call it the Parkinson disease and all that. So it's very, very important that we have this supplement, the coenzyme Q10, very hardy bottle. So note that decreased plasma levels of coenzyme Q10 have been observed in individuals with diabetes, cognitive heart failures, cancer, immune disorders, chronic fatigue, and the shaking disease, that is the Parkinson disease. It has been observed when you have low concentration of this coenzyme Q10, you may have that complication. Okay. So I would say that that is their introduction, and now I would go to the details, and we look at the health benefit of our coenzyme Q10. What are the benefits that we get from here? We are going to break them into into three. One of the benefits of this is that it's a heart protector. Coenzyme Q10 is a heart protector. I'm going to say more about that. It's a heart protector. A heart, that vital organ in our body that runs. The heart is very interesting. It runs since the time we were born until the time we shall leave this world. So the heart is always there. It's very, very important that we protect the muscles of the heart so that we can have the proper function. That's one. Point number two, it's a powerful antioxidant. I have read what is an antioxidant. These are chemical reactions that results to free radicals, and these free radicals are the ones that bring these now degenerative diseases like cancer, like cataract, and all that, hypertension, etc. Number three, it is an aging fighter. Coenzyme Q10, that benefit is that it's an aging factor. Rather, fighter, not a factor. It's a fighter. What does that mean? You want to remain young, like you'll be 70 years and people will be asking you, hey, are you 40? It is an aging fighter. So we go point by point. Coenzyme Q10 as a heart protector. That is point number one. How is it a heart protector, to protect a heart? Now, the heart is made up of special muscles that we call them myocardial muscles. These are muscles that are very, very sensitive to electrical impulses. Okay, we know that the heart receives its electrical impulses so that it can contract and also relax accordingly. So it has been found that the myocardial coenzyme Q10, that means that the coenzymes Q10 in the heart muscle, we are calling it myocardial coenzyme Q10 levels, they were lower. Can I say that again? The myocardial coenzyme Q10 levels were found to be lower in patients with more severe heart failure. Research have shown that those patients with severe heart failure, severe cardiac arrest, there is a corresponding low levels of the Q10 in the blood plasma or in the muscles of the heart, vis-a-vis those with moderate heart failure. Those with moderate heart failure, their level of coenzyme Q10 were higher. What is that telling us? If we want to protect our heart, we have to boost the level of the coenzyme Q10. Let it be as high as possible, such that we have less likelihood of us having heart failure. less likelihood of us having the heart attack, which is a big issue nowadays because of the different lifestyles that we are having. The more coenzyme Q10 we have in our bloodstream and in our heart muscles, the less likely we are going to experience that condition of heart failure. Principally because this coenzyme Q10 helps in respiration. It helps in the production of ATP. It helps, we already said that ATP is the units of energy. So the heart muscles require energy so that they can contract and relax accordingly. So note that it's a heart protector. The lower the Q10 concentration, the more likelihood of somebody getting heart issues, heart failure. The higher the concentration, it means that you are well protected. We go to point number 2 about this. We can say that coenzyme Q10 is mainly transported by, yes, in the blood. How is this now? When you take these dietary supplements of coenzyme Q10, it's mainly transported by some proteins that we call lipoproteins in the blood. So coenzyme Q10 is transported by lipoproteins, like what we call the low density lipoproteins, the LDL. It is transported in the blood by lipoproteins, specifically LDL, the low density lipoproteins, and the high density lipoproteins. We call them the HDL. So the lipoproteins, they come into groups. We have the low density lipoproteins, the LDL, and we have the high density lipoproteins, the HDL. They transport the enzyme Q10 in the bloodstream. If low density lipoproteins is subjected to oxidation, yes, if the LDL, the low density lipoprotein, is subjected to oxidation. And what is oxidation? Oxidation, where we are saying now there is free radical coming in. So when it's subjected to oxidation, coenzyme Q10 is one of the first antioxidant to be depleted. It's going to be eaten up by this process of the free radicals. We want to prevent the free radicals because they are going to bring about oxidation. So that is the point. This is a powerful antioxidant. Antioxidant is going to prevent formation of free radicals that now are going to mess us our body. That is point number 2. We go to point number 3. I've said it's a heart protector. We have looked at point number 1 about the heart. We have looked at the transportation of Q10. We have already said that it takes place by the lipoproteins, the low density lipoproteins and the high density lipoproteins. We go to the third point, that as a heart protector, coenzyme Q10 supplementation of coenzyme Q10 is important in the prevention of lipoproteins oxidation. We want to maintain these proteins that we are calling the lipoproteins in our blood in active states. So let's make sure that we have these coenzyme Q10 so that we can prevent our coenzyme Q10 from being oxidized. This will reduce the risk of arteries from forming plugs and getting damaged. We don't want what we can call formation of fats or something coming to clog up our blood vessels. Okay, so can I say that again? Supplementation of coenzyme Q10 is important in the prevention of lipoproteins oxidation, thus reducing the risk of arteries from forming plugs and getting damaged. So that is all about point number 1, coenzyme Q10 as a heart protector. And I'm repeating again that vital organ that we are calling the heart should be guarded so much so that we don't go that route of heart attack or any other condition that can mess our heart. We go to point number 2. Point number 2, Here we got now coenzyme Q10 as a powerful antioxidant. It is a powerful antioxidant. This antioxidant Q10 is a powerful antioxidant, and I have already talked about that. It's a powerful antioxidant which can neutralize free radicals. That's the word that I was looking for. It can neutralize the free radicals. For example, we have a free radical we call the hydroxyl group. Hydroxyl group that is already negatively charged and all that. So it can bring about this issue of oxidation. So we would want to neutralize it by taking this coenzyme Q10, a powerful antioxidant. It is effective in controlling and alleviating signs and symptoms of the following diseases. There are very many types of conditions. I wouldn't want to call them diseases, but kind of conditions that would follow if we don't have sufficient amounts of coenzyme Q10. So effective in controlling and alleviating signs of and symptoms of some diseases. These diseases come about because of what we can call oxidative stress. Diseases like what? The eye, the cataract. Cataract is not caused by a pathogen. It's caused by now that issue of free radicals. Cataract is where you may see mainly the young children. They are not able to see because there is crowding of the eye. The whole eye, the lens has already been crowded. That is the cataract. The heart also, the heart hypertension and all that, the heart problem and all that. They require high concentration of coenzyme Q10. The skin, the wrinkles in the skin that is not firm, it is not well moistured. Again, that is lack of coenzyme Q10. We don't have to go through that route because we have this supplement in our bottle. The kidney. I think in each other presentation I bring to you about the issue of the kidney. We want to tonify the kidney. We want the kidney to carry out its function, the excretory function. Very, very important. So some energy is required there. The joints. What complications affects our joint? Arthritis. You want to reduce cases of arthritis. You know that coenzyme Q10 is very, very important. In the lungs. Lungs, that is where we have now the gaseous exchange, the oxygen and the gas from the CO2 from the body and all that. We have the brain, very, very important. The brain must be well nourished. There is the issue of immune deficiency. You're not able to fight against certain diseases because your immune is down. So we are saying coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant. Is going to neutralize the free radicals in the body. These free radicals are the ones that affect our eye. They are going to affect our hearts, the skin, the kidney, joints, lungs, brain. The immune system is going to be compromised. All that because of this lack of the coenzyme Q10, a powerful antioxidant. That is point number 2. We go to point number 3. Coenzyme Q10 as an aging fighter. An aging fighter. You want to remain young. Everybody wants to remain young. That is true. Everybody wants to remain young. Or rather, we wouldn't want to be associated with those illnesses that comes about because of aging. Like what? Like being forgetfulness, maybe shaking hands, arthritis, very dry skin, wasting conditions, the wrinkles, all that. So coenzyme Q10 is an aging fighter. A fighter. Who is a fighter? A fighter is something that is very strong to oppose something that is coming to mess you up. You fight back. So how does coenzyme Q10 act as an aging factor? So the first one is